I'm gonna check if the coast is clear.
Is it clear?
No.
How many?
Lots.
Hey gamer fam, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. If you're here for some zombie survival tips in Stay in Decay 2 or to witness some awesome badass zombie slaying moments, you have come to the right place. So please stay tuned and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
It's showtime!
For tip number 1, I want to start you off the right way by bringing along some important items, because if you're going to want to survive in this game, you're going to need to pack some very important essential items. Now, before we get into what items you need to have on your character at all times, I highly recommend using a large size backpack because it opens up more storage slots for your essential items, as well as has more room for you when you go out and collect some loot. For this part, it's fairly self-explanatory. You're going to want to go ahead and equip multiple weapons and guns of your choosing. Just be sure to also get the matching ammo per gun or per crossbow. Now, these items I consider absolutely vital that can be the difference between life or death. Medical supplies such as first aid kits, painkillers, bandages, as well as a plague cure all work to save your life, but do not forget to get snacks as they restore your stamina in case you had to run from zombies. Something else I consider very important to bring along you, especially if you're driving your vehicle, is to equip some cans of gasoline as well as a toolkit, and also don't forget to bring some fireworks. Those work wonderfully as a distraction against the Zeds. Tip number 2, also be sure to prepare your enlisted follower with all the essentials that they might need too, as they can also help carry extra you may need, and if a zombie gets to one of them, you can also treat them with the items that they brought by accessing their inventory and administering them medicine. Tip number 3, use a crossbow. Crossbows are the quietest range weapons within this game, and the bolts are cheap and fairly easy to make, unless you just want to feel like a badass zombie slayer holding your crossbow. By all means, go ahead, because unless you have a silencer on one of your guns, the noise from the guns and the firing of the shots will draw out more zombies, which is why I recommend bringing along a crossbow and extra bolts just in case. Running low on ammo? No problem. This brings us to tip number 4, simply sneak up behind the zombies while crouching and finish them off with a finishing move by pressing Y on your controller if you're on Xbox. Not only does this help you save on ammunition, it also helps prevent overuse, wear and tear on your primary weapon. Or if you don't have any primary weapon or gun at all, you can still do this move as it just uses your close combat weapon. Especially great to use in dire situations when you need to sneak away. And we're on to tip number 5. For this to work, you will need to collect multiple vehicles that you can find across your map or by taking a walk or quick drive around your city. By collecting vehicles and placing them outside your base entrances, blocking them off so that when a crowd of zombies surround your base, they will not be able to get past these barricades. For me, I have 3 entrances to my home base, which means there's 3 doors where the zombies can enter and get in. So I'm going to go ahead and actually block off all 3 entrances as you see here. Now, if you want to take an extra step further like I did here, I went ahead and parked my smaller vehicle out front of my main entrance. That way I can still get in and out of my home base with ease, which in turns further protects my community and myself against the zombies. If you ever need to go grab a snack, answer a phone call, or run off to the restroom, formerly the pause screen stays live just in case if other players decide to join in on your game. But by the time you come back from your snack run, you may notice that you've actually become a snack. And well, now a zombie. To fix this, you're going to want to go ahead and open up your menu. And from your menu, you're going to want to go ahead and press Settings. And from Settings, go down to Multiplayer. And then toggle off the host multiplayer game. For tip number 7, this would ring true with common sense, and it's to proceed homes and buildings with caution. If you need to loot the premises, wait to do so until you've cleared the area of potential zombies. And when looting, only take the risk to fast search if you've got a getaway car close to you, as it makes a loud noise. You would need to get out right away or be prepared to fight a bunch of walkers. Tip number 8 comes down to utilizing your vehicle as a powerful weapon. Using your car or truck is an easy and effective way to mow down zombies, all while taking 0 to minimum risk, compared to, let's say, going on foot. Instead of straight slamming into zombies, which might prove to be satisfying to some, open your car side door and knock them down that way, because your car or truck will take in much less damage and will last you a lot longer in the long run. Just be sure to pack extra cans of gasoline and toolkits so you won't be left stranded. Cars are highly effective at clearing out infestations and eliminating crowds and screamers without having to step a foot out of your car. Convenient, right? You can honk your horn to draw them out and take them down one by one. Just be sure not to hit a bloater, because you guessed it, they've got toxic gas.
Hey, this isn't water. This is gas.
Tip number 9 is to utilize your radio. Your radio will become your new best friend in this game. You can use your radio to locate medicine, food, and fuel, to name just a few, and to locate other survivors, gain medical advice, or if you happen to ever be stuck in this game, you can ask for help and you'll spawn somewhere else where you won't be stuck any longer. Did you also know that call to help feature of requesting help when stuck also applies to when your vehicle gets caught in between objects? I previously had no idea that this would work until I tried doing so and found this tip extremely helpful, because in this game it's very easy, especially with driving around a truck, to get caught in between surfaces while driving. As I have previously mentioned earlier on in the video, to pack extra cans of gasoline and toolkits, because you'll want to have extra on hand as you can fill up your tank that happens to be running low, or repair your car before it breaks down for good. Because nothing's worse than being alone in the dark, with a car that doesn't work while zombies chase you down the road, so be wise and pack up before you head out. Tip number 11 brings us to getting in contact with your local bounty broker. You can find your local bounty broker on the map under this blue symbol shown here. Your bounty broker will then give you tasks, which are bounties for you to complete, thereby unlocking exclusive and rare weapons, clothing, mods, vehicles, and backpacks that are only obtainable through the bounty broker. Tip number 12 happens to be a great one for gathering more food and medical resources, so go ahead and grab a character with the gardening trait or keep your eye out on the gardening textbooks, because this is a wonderful way to be resourceful. By growing a garden, you can boost yields by growing medicine or leveling up your food stash by replanting some seeds. I find this an easy and efficient way to garner more meds and foods. You can also upgrade your garden several different times, ensuring that you get the most out of your gardening experience. Since we're on the topic of food and providing for our community, let's take a closer look at this amazing on-base facility known as the Mobile Catering Station. I discovered this facility after moving to my new base, Fort Marshall in Trumbull Valley, that offers this amazing food providing station. What I really appreciate about this facility is the fact that it can really help boost community morale, to keeping your community happy and well nourished, as it provides several different ways to keep everyone well fed, and can even be used to craft seeds for your garden. Need a snack or your midday pick-me-up? This facility also makes coffee and energy drinks, so you never feel tired slaying those zombies. Tip number 14 is all about treating the infected. If you or a community member gets a nasty bite from a blood plague zombie, well, you're now infected. But don't worry, because I will be showing you several different ways how you can treat the wound. The first method would be to quickly administer the blood plague cure to the infected individual. You can craft the plague cure at the infirmary by collecting blood plague samples that occasionally drop after killing plague zombies. You can find them walking around various locations on the map, but predominantly around plague heart locations. A second alternative to the first method would be to check in the infected character into the infirmary to seek treatment. But if you want to speed things up, you can administer the plague cure, thereby triggering an in-game cutscene. And lastly, the third method would be to check in the infected individual into the infirmary to seek medical attention and receive the plague treatments. Leave your lone wolf attitude astray, because resources aren't the only essentials you need. Tip number 15 brings us to being a good citizen in the community by helping other survivors, because it's wise to have good people on our side that you can potentially recruit and even trade items with. One of my favorite tips I've discovered while playing this game is by establishing more outposts. By taking a look at your home base, you can see all your home facilities, and to the right of the screen, you'll see all the outposts that you've obtained. By establishing more outposts, you can gather even more resources straight to your home base. Now, if we take a closer look at the map here, you will begin to notice there's actually a ton of potential outposts. But now, keep in mind all structures and buildings that appear to be red, you won't be able to claim as an outpost until you've removed the local play card. With that being said, let's go ahead and claim an outpost that isn't red just to speed things up. I chose to claim a gas station as one of my outposts of choice because fuel is something that I always need, as my base uses fuel for lighting and electricity while I use tons of fuel to replenish my vehicles as I'm always on the go. You know the saying, knowledge is power? Well, in this instance, it can be. By collecting these skill-based books, you can upgrade your current skills and even learn new ones. That's if your character isn't chocked full of skills already, because once you max out your skills, you can't undo them. One of my favorite developed skills is stealth. Stealth helps you to search throughout containers much faster, silently close doors while crouching, sprint while crouching, and much more. But just keep in mind that you can't unlock the stealth skill until you complete level 7 of Wits. Need to request some additional backup? Then tip number 18 has you covered. Simply go to your radio and click on Rooftop Sniper, which will then bring in some coverage from above. That'll snipe down zombies that try and approach you. Why work harder when you can work smarter? Tip number 19 is all about making every second count. Instead of carrying each rucksack to and from your base storage, it can get kinda exhausting. I mean, at least you'd be getting in your steps for the day. Jokes aside, there's a much easier and faster way to transfer items from your truck's inventory to your home base instantly by pressing on your right back bumper on your remote. That'll quickly take items from your truck's inventory into your home base instantly. And lastly, tip number 20 is a fun one where you can use emotes and the quick chat feature to communicate with those around you. By pressing down on the right thumbstick control button on your remote if you're on Xbox, it should bring up the prompt to either use the quick chat feature or communicate with emotes. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of this video. If you stuck around this long, you should be feeling pretty confident at this point that you'll make it exceptionally far surviving the zombie apocalypse with these tried and true top 20 tips in State of Decay 2. Please feel free to drop down in the comments down below and write me what your favorite tip out of this video was. I would love to hear it. I hope you found this video informative, helpful, or entertaining. Until next time, I'll see you all in my next video. Be safe.